G'day YouTube, Max right here, and I wanted to just touch base here with a few little bit of technical analysis here on Bitcoin and a little bit of a celebration of Cardano. Let's just take a quick look at that. As you'll recall, I painted this trend line right here on Cardano, and I said that when we break out of this trend and break above this trend line, I'm really expecting Cardano to take off. So pat on the back from me. Let me know in the comments below. Did you guys ride the Cardano wave the last few days? And did you catch it on that breakout of the trend line? Let me know in the comments below. And by the way, guys, I've just finished recording an interview with someone, and I don't usually do interviews on this channel, but I have a bunch coming up. I've got including Eric Voorhees in about a week's time. I just finished recording another one. I want to keep it a little bit of a secret, but I cannot tell you the biggest thing to happen to cryptocurrency since the invention of Bitcoin itself is happening right now. I hardly see any other channels talking about it. I've looked for videos on this. I find 1, 2, 3, 4 videos with like 200 views, 300 views. I'm telling you, I am onto something very, very, very early that is absolutely cataclysmic for the space. And you absolutely must be subscribed to this channel because I'm going to be releasing a whole video series on this in the next few days. So whatever you do, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's get into a little bit here. I just wanted to draw your attention to actually let's go to, so Bitcoin's at a really interesting place here. Look, it's not quite an ascending triangle. It's a little bit too steep. It really should have broken out already. Well, you know what? Maybe if it breaks out today, I was going to say, look, it's in a triangle here. And this isn't, look, it's not a great trend line right here. It's more as a resistance zone, I think, is a better way to think about it. Let me draw a rectangle here, and you can see around about here to here, there is this resistance zone. And I bet you if I click the volume bars here, it'll show you that all the volume is right around here. We got another bar here, and then it kind of really drops off. This is this area here. Why am I moving this purple box? Put the purple box back. There you go. So yeah, these vol bars kind of tell the story, but you can also see it visually. I'm going to lose the vol bars now. So the top edge of this ascending triangle, but it's not a great ascending triangle. It's not pure, but the resistance is all around here. I see these bottoms climbing up, and one of two things has to happen. Like we're either going to break down, or we are eventually going to push through this resistance bar. And so I put right here. I've kind of put the top of this resistance bar at around this 60K mark. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. We got sort of 1, 2, 3, and 4 lines on that top of that resistance bar. We did go across it once and twice, but the main resistance I see is all the way, it's this whole period up until about 60,000. Once we break the 60,000 and get into there over the $60,000 mark, I am expecting exactly the same concept here. We did it on Cardano, right? And I said, when we break this trend line, expect fireworks from Cardano. Hope you guys got to ride that. I'm calling it the same, because what's happening right now, right? We're just seeing everything firing, right? Just Ethereum's blown up, Cardano's blown up, Dash is blown up, even EOS blew up. What did I see EOS the other day? EOS went up, EOS has gone up 4x against Bitcoin in the last little bit. Like everything, you know what? Dot has not. Let's take a look at Dot. Dot might be prepping. Maybe Dot's a good look here because Dot has not been impressing lately at all, and everyone else has kind of. So I would be paying attention to Dot. Yeah, maybe actually you could almost argue it's had its breakout and it's ready to go. Maybe you could make that argument. I don't know. It's not as clean and obvious to me as the Cardano chart just yet, but maybe Dot is ready to pop because. Here's the thing, everything's kind of popping, and this is how altcoins go. Just everything just takes turns, just popping. Look, if you know when they're going to happen in which order, you're a billionaire by the end of the week. It really is how it works. But you got these things that just pop. And once everything's kind of popped, then you see that swing back into Bitcoin. Now, the only piece of data that's a little bit, I would say, skeptical on the Bitcoin going ballistic here is this Bitcoin dominance just being in no man's land. And I've mentioned this in previous videos. I just don't see much, there's just a little bit here, but I just don't see much in the charts, in the history of the Bitcoin charts, where Bitcoin dominance has all this much resistance around here. I really see the resistance kicking in around 40. So maybe there's another couple of coins due to pop. And the top cap ones are the more important ones in terms of actually moving the needle here on this Bitcoin dominance chart. So yeah, maybe DOT's a really good one to look at just because it hasn't popped yet. And typically in an altcoin season, everything has its turn taking its big pop. And just lately, DOT has not been a little bit stagnant. I'm not particularly familiar with the project. I'm just looking at the charts, and the fact that it hasn't popped and pretty much everything else has. Yeah, I mean, let's just look at Link v Bitcoin, and you'll say, okay, Link v Bitcoin's gone on. Let's just do quick measures here. Where are we? And I apologize, I'm on vacation again, so I'm not at home. I don't have my keyboard. So 100% here in let's call it a month and a half for a Link against Bitcoin. Let's do Cardano Bitcoin, and let's just go from here to here. And in a month and a half, up 70%. Probably more to go with Cardano, I suspect. Let's go Ethereum real fast. And again, last month and a half, 100%. 100% rise in Ethereum. We did call that one nice and early at the bottom of this run. We called Ethereum. So I mean, and I said even Ethereum, even EOS as a crack up. I mean, what did this one do in the last? Let's call this month and a half, up 200%. Certainly did not call that one. So just everything's going to pop. But let's go now look at DOT. And nothing. Just this DOT USD. Let's look at DOT Bitcoin. DOT Bitcoin, nothing. Just nothing in the last whatever. So it's like from here to here. So yeah, maybe that's where we want to plot that trend line. Maybe we want to talk something like this. It's not jumping out at me, obviously, where the trend line is for DOT, but what is jumping out at me is that everything's had its day in the sun, except for DOT, which is surprising to me. So I'm looking at DOT right now, and I am looking for, but the concept I was trying to get to before DOT distracted me there is, everything, all the altcoins take their turn to pop, and then, what hasn't popped yet? Bitcoin. So look, Bitcoin has been, what are we doing here? We're pushing 3 months now. We're over 3, we just kind of wound up 3 months of just this boring sideways action. But I got a couple of pieces of evidence to say it's not Bitcoin's time yet. Concept number 1, Bitcoin dominance. We're in that sort of no man's land. I kind of expect Bitcoin dominance to go all the way down to 40. Or the other piece of information is this end of month thing. These vertical blue lines I plot on this map, long-time subscribers will know, this means it's the end of the month. It's the last Friday of the month, and futures and options expire. And if you look back, these blue lines reflect the bottoms. It's usually the middle of the month that are peaks for Bitcoin. That's the way it's been all year. And so we're not the middle of the month yet. We can maybe go up a little bit. But I don't know. I'm not sure if Bitcoin's going to break out of this dominance here yet. And I don't know if we're going to go completely psycho-parabolic yet this month. So that's just like, maybe it's going to be next month that this happens. So between Bitcoin dominance and this, maybe it's next month. But listen, is it the worst thing in the world if you're a month early? Better being a month early than a day late. So, and again, all the time, I'll do this is the 20, is it? No, it's not. No, it's not. I thought it was. No, it's not. I thought this 3,528. No, it's on the hourly. Okay, maybe I'll kick down to the hourly. Because if I click on that line, that 3,528 period moving average, what is that? It's actually the 21-week moving average on an hourly chart. I just have a little shorthand there. So we see the 21-week moving average up to 45,000. And look, I just think Bitcoin is ready to do something. On the hourly chart, you can really see this kind of ascending triangle I was talking about. But what's surprising me is we are really close to the apex. Typically, this kind of happens a little bit earlier. I'd expect the breakout around about here and not wait until it's all the way into the apex. But one of these two trend lines is going to break. I'm not sure. It might be down, might be up. But I think it will either happen this month or next month that Bitcoin has its next really big run up, probably up to 100K within a very short span time. It will stop after about I think it might pause around the 75, 77, something like that, but I don't think it's going to linger there for too long. I think it'll blast past there relatively quickly and head all the way up to 100 really quite quickly. So that's just what I'm expecting, and I'm just not sure if it's going to happen this month or next month. I've got a little bit of the mixed signals on that one. Maybe I might turn my attention to DOT here while I'm looking at that. Let me go back to the daily and just check the RSIs. So we have, it's another piece of information, just makes me like, yeah. So Bitcoin's, the stochastic RSI on the daily is already really high. So this period right down here, where RSI was at an all-time low, money flow was at an all-time low, and the stochastic RSI crossed over and started heading north, that was the dream scenario right there. That was the dream scenario. And right now we've got money flow up high, we've got stochastic RSI, we still do have RSI down low, but this is, again, this is more just saying me, maybe it's going to be next month, not this month. But having said that, I did just take a large Bitcoin position. I'd rather be a month early than a day late on that big move. So that is what I've done. But if what would have set me up for a crazy, extremely bullish thing is if we came back down and somewhere towards this blue line, we see RSI down low, money flow down low, stochastic RSI has come down here and is ready to flip back up and actually flips back up. That will be a sign for me to go in a big way. There's and when that happens, I believe the next time it happens, we're going to look something like this. So the last few times, the stochastic RSI has just stayed up the top for relatively short amounts of time. But when the price is really moving, the stochastic RSI can stay up there for weeks, right? Weeks. And that was when Bitcoin did its big moves, when the stochastic went from this turning point at the very bottom, right, all the way up to where it turns down here, all the way up to here. I mean, that was $10,000 up to $40,000. And this time here, from the turning point down below, we went from Bitcoin 28,000 up to where this stochastic peters out and heads back down, $28,000 to $56,000. It's these extended stochastic RSIs staying above, out of the purple range on the top side. That's when Bitcoin is doing its big moves. And I am thinking that either this month or next month, we are going to get that. This one was incredibly telling. We've got to go all the way back to December to where this vertical blue line, the end of the month, did not correspond with the stochastic RSI being below the purple, right? Well, here it's a little bit mid-range because we started a bit early, but I won't go into it again. But the options expired on this Friday instead of that Friday. So that was these are the things I'm looking at, guys. It's very interesting. I think it's on a knife's edge for me, but I'd rather be a month early than a day late. And I've got the if you do choose to wait for the Bitcoin, I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's a terrible idea at all. If you do, keep an eye out towards the end of this month. I think we're going to get an epic buying opportunity. If that's the case, I will be jumping in with both feet in a big way, and I think June is going to be epic for May if that's the case. All right, guys, let me know if you got on that Cardano trade. Let me know if you're bullish for Bitcoin over the next couple of months. Hit that like button for me, and trust me, the interviews I got for you lined up, you definitely want to be subscribed to this channel. It's an absolute must. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you soon.